Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to look at using the quick sampler to inject a bit of uniqueness into your music by just simply recording a few sounds that you might have lying around or that you can create quite quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to import those sounds into the quick sampler and just see what I can do with them. I have no idea what I'm going to write. But what I have done is use two of Logic's instruments, drummer and then studio horns. And the studio horns is just doubling up a horn sound that's in drummer. Okay, so here's the three sounds. We've got the acoustic mute, the pluck, and then the strum, and then the djembe donk. Now the way I did this is just record a few notes, control click on the region and then go to split and then just decide which one I wanted. I'm not being fussy about this. I've just taken one and then dragged it out like that. So let's start off with the acoustic mute. Now what I'm going to do is just simply hold the actual region itself and then drag into the inspector area. And what I want to do is make sure it's on optimized. One thing I like to do when I'm using quick sampler is to use the snap function. And you can see with the snap function, you've got zero crossing, transient note and beat. I often put it on transient plus note. When I've got it on transient, I can just simply grab the handle there and drag it forward and it will snap to the actual transient. Now it doesn't need to do that because it's already been edited. I'm going to go ahead and sample all of these. Horrendous. Let's move on. I'm going to do the strum. Now with this one, what I'm going to do is just add a slight fade. Sounds like the beginning of Natty and Brulia's track. What I can now do with this is a few different things. I could, for example, which I think I might well try out straight away, is just pitch this straight down. Sounds quite cool. And let's add some amp designer. Rather than a guitar type strum, let's add the step effect. Sounds quite interesting. Let's go back to the quick sampler. And what I can do is I could actually just hit where it says playback reverse, bring this in a touch. So I could use the filter and let's add a bit of resonance. Let's go to the matrix and I'm going to do LFO1 and then the target is going to be the filter. Add a bit of drive. If I duplicate this and just copy this straight down, open the new quick sampler and I'm going to, instead of having it in reverse, I'm just going to have it running forward, bring down the cutoff. I could open that up a touch. Or we could do this actually. Let's have the filter running down. Also move this into sine wave. And I'm going to set a slight delay. So let's now hear the reversed sampler as well as the forward sampler. I may not go with this now, but it is one option that I could actually do. I'll stick with it for the moment, and I'm going to just pull them down. Take a look at the acoustic mute guitar. And what I want to do with this is I'm going to use this as my bass line. So to compensate for the fact that I recorded the note D, I'm just dropping the pitch by 2 semitones. And now when I play a D, I'm actually getting a D on the keyboard. So let's have a listen to this. Right, okay, so I'm going to do something along the lines of this. I'm just going to make this up as I go along. Let's move that down. Stay on the D there. What we're going to do now, let's take a look at the electric pluck. And I want to see if the pluck guitar can create some kind of keyboard organ type sound. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring the cutoff in. I also need to bring this down 2 semitones as well because I recorded the note D as a pitch. So let's have a listen. So I'm playing a D minor with an A in the bass, and I want this to have a slight fade in. That works quite nicely. And what I could also do, again, I could do the same thing. I could use the filter envelope this time, connect the filter envelope to the filter. And what I want the filter to do is kind of follow the same line as the amp envelope. And but I want it to be a lot slower. EQ this, take the low end out, and then just some of those low mids. And let's also add a touch of reverb. Now that works. What I'm going to just play around with is the loop function, and let's see if I can loop this. So let's just bring everything in, and I want to loop it from kind of why can't I grab this? And I'm going to pull that in a touch more. And now what we can do now is we can get some really interesting see how it creates kind of different harmonics as it's looping around. It creates some really interesting sounds. So I'm going to try and bring out some of those sounds by adjusting the resonance. I'm going to really pull it up. And remember, this is just coming from one guitar pluck. Okay, I like that. What I'm going to do for the minute is I'm going to get rid of my bass line and let's just loop this round over 4 bars. I'm going to record that part. So that's it for the time being. In the next video, I am taking the djembe hit and I'm going to show you how I turned it into a kick drum, which is kind of the obvious thing to do, but also a Yamaha DX7 synth sound, sort of. You don't want to miss that video. It's going to be a good one. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and you'll catch that video when it comes up. If you happen to be from the future, then you can just click somewhere and you'll find that video right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've got any comments, just hit me up below and I'll answer your questions. In the meantime, Look forward to seeing you in the future. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does wonders for my ego. Thanks for watching. See you soon.